When I was asked to be in Helen's show as one of Helen's girls, I felt really honored. But I didn't feel that I had enough time to put together a body of work. And I thought, we had called Helen and found out that she wasn't going to be able to come. And so I thought, well, maybe this is a perfect time for me to make a video. Helen is just such a dynamic person, and she has touched all our lives in such wonderful ways that, you know, making a video of Helen and Helen's girls just sounded like a perfect idea to me. And everybody else thought so too. So I spent my spring break going out to Phoenix and visiting with Helen and filming her, and then came back and I filmed the other girls in the show. And so we've put together this little video, and we hope that everyone enjoys it as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. So thank you, Helen. You blessed my life, and in more ways than I can count. And so this is a tribute to you, and I hope you enjoy it.
I'm an artist. My name is Helen Tennant. I was from Payson and Albuquerque. First of all, from Wisconsin, born and raised there. And I've always loved art from the age of 5 on. Whatever anybody happened to have, I could teach it, because my training was in all mediums. And I love teaching. Okay, this is a acrylic used like watercolor. And I always loved going up to the northern part of New Mexico. And this is up when we went on a trip up there. And it's the Dixon Valley up in near Las Cruces. And those are the mountains. I rolled them in, they almost look like live, but they're really mountains covered with trees. And then there's a road that goes to Taos here that 5 of us went up and got a kind of a senior hostel where we all stayed and painted. And so I always like to put horses in my scene, and somewhere I put a little blonde girl, so that if I can get horses and people in besides my landscape, I'm happy. This is a case of painting on silk. Now you're feeling this, I'm feeling the silk. I have no glass on here. I have painted 1 coat of a soybean mixture all over the silk before I started painting with the inks. That keeps the inks from spreading. So it's a different technique. I don't like this technique quite as much as when they spread and they're kind of, then you throw salt at them and they're a little uncontrollable, more like regular watercolor. Yeah. I lived in New Mexico 16 years. I just love that state. I would say I like New Mexico better than Arizona. It's not as hot. It's many artists live there. Many things in Santa Fe and in the Valencia County. When they built the college in Valencia County, they had a program called 1% for art. So that 1% of what they spent building that college, which would be, at the time, $38,000, they spent on paintings for the college. And those paintings were Agnes O'Brien. People will remember her. She painted until she was killed in a fatal accident. And we all had a group of painters at a community, well, it was an old college building, and a community building, and we had what we called a workshop. We had no teacher, but we met and we all worked in any medium we chose. We just bring our stuff, and then we also bring a lunch and eat lunch together. And at one time, before we had that room, we had the fire station. And that was a kind of a greenish building with all these men's fire hats hanging in the walls, and it didn't smell nice in there at all. But we opened the big doors, and then they would back the fire truck out so we'd have enough room to paint. Well, those were really good old days, and we had so much fun.
I'm Linda Acton, and I'm taking part in Helen's Girls Show. I'm one of Helen's girls. To me.
I'm Jan Pacifico. I met Helen in 1990.
Okay, my name is Linda Williams. It's in my bio, but they drove me down Main Street, Berlin, and on my left was a drive-through liquor store, which we don't have in Chicago. Also, there were two cowboys on horseback, which we didn't have in Chicago. And they were buying a six-pack of beer each, and they put it on their saddles and rode away. And I thought, this is where I want to live. And thank you, Helen, because it was all your doing.
All your fault.
Right, all your fault. No, it was a wonderful thing. I appreciate it. You changed my life.
I'm Joan Prokopiak. Let's see, when did I meet Helen? Sometime in the late 80s, I think, at Berlin Art League. I'm not just sure. We just kind of got to know each other. And we both at that time were doing some painting. I wasn't doing a whole lot of pottery at the time. And she started doing some pottery as well as painting. And then I started doing pottery too, but not with her, but kind of on my own. And then we got together at the Valencia Artisans when they opened on Main Street in Los Lunas. And we both joined that. We had a lovely time there. And I remember the day that Helen said to me, she says, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be 70 soon. I'm so old." And we all laughed. And she was far, far, far from old at that time, and she is now.
Okay, I'm Nancy Deal, and I met Helen in the late 70s. And we belonged to an art group in Albuquerque that's no longer in existence, but we did some workshops, sculpture workshops up in Albuquerque at Janice Swank's, and way, way out of town. Like you took your lunch to get there, made sure you had. And from then, we became friends, and so we did things that friends do. We'd go to lunch and we'd make pots and that type of thing. And then when she moved down here, then of course we were a little bit closer. We still are, but you know how that is. She's over there and we're over here, so. But I'm looking forward to seeing her again. If I
Let's wave to her.
We love you, Helen.
love you, Helen.
Wish you were here. Yeah, we miss you.